Hey Jeepers, this is a quick little walkthrough on the Smittybilt Generation 2 armor. So as you can see, I have this installed on my JK, and it is the newer version of the armor, the Generation 2 armor, both front and rear. So some things I like about it. First of all, on the rear, you need two people to install the rear. It's just unwieldy. But the nice thing about it is on the rear, there's really no cutting. It just fits in pretty nicely. Two mounting bolts that you'll have to drill out and use the nutsert tool. And I just bought the Smittybilt nutsert tool. You gotta have that. There's just no way around it. You can try and do it, you know, the old-fashioned way and look on the internet for some hacks, but it's much easier just to get the tool. There's a bolt right here for the install, and as you can see, they're pretty nice looking, very stable. As far as any issues with it, they're pretty sturdy. You will have to probably do what I did, is paint the underneath there a nice black so it blends in. Look into our other video for the Smittybilt fender liners. But as you can see, this install is pretty straightforward. It's just a lot of alignment, making sure you get everything aligned how you want it, and the nutserts, and then getting two people to install it for the rear. This piece right here is bolted on, and this cover right here is bolted on. But other than that, not too difficult to install. Just take your time, and they look good, even for as short a time I've had them on here. Now, if you want to look at the fronts, whole different story. The front, you have to take off the fender and remove it, and this will replace that portion of the fender. You also, if you look under here, you can't see it, but this bracket here, you have to cut off this top portion so it'll fit into there. And the other part is you have to cut off the cowl. This cowl piece right here, you have to remove that from the fender and then bolt it on to your new armor piece. It has a cutout for the stock antenna, and so you'll have to remove the antenna mounting hardware and put it onto the new fender. Has a mounting hole right here, mounting holes on the bottom, bolts there that you'll need to put in, and then this piece right here bolts on, and this piece bolts on, and then the front. Couple of notes. The fog lights that come with it, you know, they mount in there with a, can't really see it, but let's see if I can get in there. They mount in with that piece right there. And the mounting Allen bolt that came with it was not very good. So I had to go to the hardware store and get a longer one. So I suggest doing that and not even messing with the mounting screws. But they're not very well secure in there, but they're secure enough. And other than that, These ones only took one person to install. I was able to do these fronts by myself. The longest time, of course, was the cutting that I had to do on the cow and that bracket. You have to cut that one bracket completely off. And the instructions on these are horrible. And I wish I would have filmed maybe the install, but it was kind of hard to do just by myself. But you'll figure it out. Anybody who is a Jeeper worth their salt can install these. I did it, and believe me, I'm an amateur at best. We also have the Smittybilt pieces that go along the bottom rocker area right there. That's a whole different kit, but that just fills in that extra space. What I wish Smittybilt would have done was have the same type of hardware for this instead of the black hardware, but you know, that's just my own issue. But installed, they look great. Plenty of clearance. Give it a different mean look from the front. And great look from the back. So highly recommend it. Not quite sure if they're totally worth the high price that they're at right now. Looks wise, yeah. Functionality, you know, you can do the same with some flares or a no flare kit, you know, and probably paying to have somebody install these makes it maybe not worth it. So, but I like them. So any questions, check out our other videos for some of the other stuff that you see on this JK.